Thank you. I would like to say that my work was criticized heavily when I was alive, and I couldn't imagine the criticism that this vehicle has now. This is incredible. The uh, incredibly connected channel with advanced technologies to share the information. My lack of work, my lack of connecting to my clients with my work was severely limited to the postal service, to connecting to people in real time. They struggled for me to do my work. I had such a big backlog. It was the pressure of my work was incredible. There were so many people that wanted my service, my work. I barely slept because of the pressure of wanting to help these people as much as I possibly could, with really no regard to my own life. And I did not have a good work balance with my life balance and my social life and my family life and my career life, my profession, all took a toll on my passion and dedication to helping people at the time. And so while I thought I was doing the best work I could, because I was out of balance, I wasn't being able to give as much as I could. And I can see that now. And I did try to change this while I was in my later years by trying to get more people to come with me and train with me and do what I could do. And I did not feel like what I was doing was anything unique and special. And I was trying to bring people together and to have some assistances and to train others alongside with me, because I knew this work could have been shared. Um, I see, I saw a lot of criticism when I was alive, and I saw a lot of criticism of me after I passed, and I can appreciate the point of view and perspective of those critics. There is no judgment here now. They, of course, mostly have all passed now, and they can see it from a greater point of view now as well. So it is one of those things, being human, you have the limitations of being human. And while you think you are aware of all, you are really limited. And this is one of the bonuses of experiencing the passing of one's life. When you look back at the entirety of your life and what you have chosen to react to and experience and criticize and judge, you can see it from a bigger picture, which is marvelous to see and explore all in this angle. It is very entertaining and amusing, because when you are living your life, you take it all so seriously, and there's much to be shared about my personal experiences, and most now will bore you, since you're so modernized with your technology and your many people who are tapped in and doing the similar work that I was doing. It's becoming more mainstream, as you would say. And it's intriguing to see humanity at its final experiences in this current dimension that you are currently residing in. The information I was trying to share with humanity at the time was really on an individual basis, trying to heal people with their issues. This body is going through an upgrade. The vehicle has been withholding voice, withholding opinion, and withholding judgment of others who needs to hear the judgment that needs to be laid upon them, not through malice and not through limited information or belief systems or ego. Having to share the harder truths to people who we care about and who we want to see improve and grow is a fine art, and no one wants to hear criticism, and no one wants to hear the honest truth that is so blatantly obvious to others, but as oneself and one issues get overlooked. So the body is experiencing an upgrade to open as it changes, and as all bodies are changing now, to be able to ascend with less issues and restrictions. And your bodies have been doing this for a long time, and we have already discussed this. The work I wanted to share with my clients and with my people who are asking for my wisdom and information and support was on a more personal level, because they were struggling with their health. And they had more concerns about the smaller mysteries of their lives, and life back then was much simpler. And the medical industry seemed to be still very in its infancy. And we had, as a generalization, a belief that we had already the wisdom within us to know what is happening to our bodies. And there was an up and comings of the medical industry that was trying to smart and find shortcuts to health. And at that time, there was still this belief system that nature was always best, and we could have helped ourselves with our own tonics. And we did so. It was still a relatively new thing to have medicines from the doctor prescribed to us. And the doctors were still limited with their surgical skills and understanding of the human body. And so the energy that I was tapping into to help my clients was a spiritual experience, as well as a metaphysical experience. So we were trying to help them as fast as we could, and my critics loved every time I did not reach my clients' support information at the time. Unfortunately, with the slow mail service, my clients were so many and greater numbers for the time I got to certain ones. I did not know this, but I was going with my backlog, and unfortunately my my work didn't reach the clients, my patients, in time. And that's an unfortunate situation, because it took so much of my own time and energy to connect and help. And as we know now, every life has a purpose and a lesson, and people do not die when it's not their life contract time. The majority of the people will die, as they have already agreed, when constructing their life contract. So therefore, me trying to help the people how I tried to, possibly overall may not have been the greatest use of my time. But I was trying the best I could. And now I can see that I could have used my services in a different direction, but my intent was good, and my critics still were my critics, and that is okay. I am okay with that. And those critics who now are with me on the other side, they are also okay with that. The purpose of the critics were to make sure that other people were questioning not just my work, but all work. However, there were some paid critics, of course, that were wanting people to be distracted from my work and approach to the medical industry, and they were being paid by what you would call your pharmaceutical companies to be able to distract people and scare people and to trust in the said family doctors and in the quote professionals in the healthcare. And as you're all very well aware of now, you know how that has turned out. So there could have been improvements, and of course, hindsight and looking at things on this side is always so much more easier. And you all get to experience that when you depart from your current lives, looking back at your lifetimes and from this point of view and seeing how things potentially were not so necessary. Sometimes we do take the harder roads, thinking that the harder roads means the better. But my work ethics and morals were very astute, and I was very focused. And so therefore, as I said, my personal life was greatly impacted with that because my work meant everything to me. And again, on the other side of that, I can see that that was not the most appropriate balance to have. These things happen to all of us, and I wanted to experience it. I was slightly off path, but it is my experience still that I can grow from. And for the people wondering about karma, we only place ourselves into the karma, things that we want to relearn or improve in next time. In the life reincarnation, we get to choose what lessons we want to learn. No one places karma on you apart from oneself. We feel like there's one person here that needed to hear that in this way, and we hope that that comforts you. The life that I had as Edgar Cayce was a hard work man's life, and it had some rewards that I was grateful to experience, and there was also some setbacks that were also challenging. The question has been laid to me, do I have a reincarnation in this lifetime? And yes, I do. It is in a different field, and it is about balancing the life of family and career and fine-tuning that. And it does not matter who that being is now. And actually, it is not just the one single being. I have chosen to come into 4 different beings this time to get a variety of culture in this experience. My message to humanity is this. While we take life so seriously and try to be as perfect as possible, or diligent as possible, or the best as possible, or the fastest as possible, or whatever we deem to have our achievements, high set standards, that can limit us from appreciating the steps that we are taking to achieve that set goal. We must accept that even in failure, there is learning and growth, and we must enjoy and see the beauty and essences of all as we expand and learn from and explore. There is no right or wrong way to live life. You can have morals, and you can also ignore those morals. You set the stepping stones for your life. You set the tone for your life. No one else is responsible for the life you're living right now, and you are the direct result of all of the choices you have made. You will notice if you have criticized people, you feel threatened to be criticized, and so you may be hindered in your steps moving forward. Release the things that you may have done in the past that you regret. Chalk them up for learning, put them in your back pocket, and soldier on. There is no time to punish yourselves over the things you feel like you should have done better. You're only still making the mistakes if you're not learning from them, growing and taking that approach and experience with you and applying it to you. Limiting yourself in any way is going to be a regret that you will have on the other side as you reflect back on all that you did in your lifetime. Not all that you do is bad and doesn't have lessons. Not all that you do is good, is not always good, and doesn't always have the lessons. Not suggesting that you go and break laws and be reckless with others, but it is about giving permission to forgive the things you have done in the past and make sure that morally you're settled with however you want to move forward. You've only got a short time left to explore this realm of emotions. And choose wisely. Make it count. Whatever you're doing, don't do it because of habit. Be aware of all your thoughts and all of your actions, and make sure you're not doing anything blindly out of routine. This is the time to stop. Take account of your approach in life and move forward. If you are positive, with a positive attitude, and you've released your guilt, shall we say, your blockages from holding you back. If you release that, what's happened in the past to you, you can move forward freely with great leaps and bounds. You're only holding yourself back. You may feel that there may be someone in your life that won't cope if you step into a new branch of approaches to life. That is not true. Don't hold yourself back because of fear of others. You're not doing it because of their judgment. You're doing it because of your judgment on self. And it is time for us to tell you all to monitor, check yourself, check the way you're living. Does it truly resonate with you? There could be small tune-ups, or there could be great upgrades and updates. However you choose to live the life that suits you the most right now will always be the better choice for you.